So, you want to learn how to fix your Necro build. For this demonstration I'm going to go to the Isle of the Nameless with this particular build, and I'm going to just show you how this one works. Now for this one I'm going to attack this practice target in the middle of all of these in this ring. I'm going to auto attack it so that Livia understands what's going on and so that we can actually get use out of Bone Horrors and Well of Blood, and we'll see how she uses her build. So I'm just going to attack here, and we see that she's run quite close in and used, I forgot the name of the skill, I think it's Unholy Feast, but she's ran into melee range and she's got fairly low on her energy. Now fair enough, that's all well and good. She's now animating a Bone Horror, again low on energy, she can't do much. She's now running around aimlessly and we've no idea what she's doing. Clearly she's struggling. So we know that this build isn't doing very well. She's not used Well of Blood for some reason. I guess that's because there isn't enough degen going on us. But we can see that Livia's build isn't very good and needs some improvement. Okay, so if you're building a Necro, there are various options that you can do. You can have a Curses Necro, you can have an Orders Necro with Blood Magic, you can have a Minion Master, which is what we're going to be building with this particular build, or you can have various supports that, you can have healers, you can have Discord builds, I'm not going to go over that. You can do all sorts of stuff with a Necro because of their Soul Reaping attribute, which you should know. So, here we're going to build a Minion Master with maximum death magic, and I'm going to give her some support skills in the protection prayers. So this build was no good. What we're going to do is remove all of these skills, including the res, and we're going to find an elite for her. I particularly like Flesh Golem, other people like Aura of the Lich, Discord, Jagged Bones. Order of Undeath isn't very good on a Necro hero, so we're not going to use that. Putrid Bile is a good support, and because we've already got one particularly big minion, I'm going to use Bone Minions just for some kind of body blocking, just some Zergs to throw up that you can use as expendable meat. I'm also going to use Death Nova, make some room for Masochism, which should be in Soul Reaping down here. I'm not going to explain the build, you should be able to figure it out yourself. And in the Protection Prayers line I'm going to add in Protective Spirit, and Aegis because she has the energy for it, and we also have a little bit of room left over, which is reasonably optional. You could add in almost anything you like. I am going to add in Signet of Lost Souls for a bit more energy management, just in case things get a bit hairy. So, I'm going to find a suitable area to test this. For this particular demonstration, I will be testing Livia out in the Wydron Bazaar. I have brought a healer along with me, but that's just to keep us alive while we get some minions. So, first of all, we need to see what happens. Of course, she's found a corpse, so she's raising her Flesh Golem. I've now been protected, and she's quite happily using Aegis. And of course the Golem is tanking. I would assume that it might have Death Nova on it. We've now killed something and produced a corpse. She's raising some minions. Her energy's doing fine. I'm protected again. The Golem's down, but it's on recharge. She's used Signet of Lost Souls correctly to gain more energy, Putrid Bile, and Death Nova. So clearly the build is a success. We've got away with that quite happily with only 3 characters in the instance. I could go on, but that's all we need. Of course there's loads of different variants of Necros, as I've already said. There's loads of curses built and all sorts of things like that. I'm not going to get into that. You should try it out yourself, have a play, see what works and what doesn't, and of course my word isn't gospel. So, there you go. Thanks for listening, and continue watching the series if you like. Go ahead and click the profession you want to be taken to that video.